hello, hello. Is my mic working? Yeah, I don't think my mic is working. Hello, hello, hello. Come on. Okay, yeah, I think it works. Yeah, I hear myself. All right. Yeah, I'll put the disclaimer for like a minute or two, and I'll start the webinar. All right. It's time to start. Um yeah, okay. So you can leave a comment, and I'll make sure to answer your comments. But please leave a comment in the YouTube chat because I'm not gonna be on Discord. All right. And if you see someone posting comments on Discord, just tell them to post the comments on YouTube because I'm not reading Discord right now. All right, let's get it started. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna start it off with simply Brent, because this is again. I always start this with the patterns that we've seen um, recently, and yeah, you you can go, um, if you're again interested, you can type in oil or Brent, and you're gonna find that I had forecasted this before. Okay, and the thing is that, listen, um, we have an idea of what this is gonna look like on the big picture, but is it easy to trade it? Not necessarily, right? So there was not not any setups that I personally have an edge in all of this. Okay, all right. I don't know that I can't forecast that this is gonna drop that much there. Okay, because I simply didn't see that. I thought it would simply pull back to the around this area and then pop back up, but obviously not. It tanked. Okay, so price wise, I'm not the best. All right, I'm not the best at forecasting prices. I'm very good at recognizing patterns though. All right, so you see here we have a bounce here, and we're still potentially in a sideways, but very likely we can retest this level once more before a drop. Okay, and this is simply because this could be a three wave, and then a drop. So retesting this level is highly likely. Now, do we see a very, very clear pattern right here? Obviously, yes. We see a spike. We see a 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Break the low, and then you buy. Okay. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, and then you buy. All right. And this is for you. This is for you, GMP. All right. Like, cause you asked me about like the patterns and if you can recognize. I'm not an Elliott waver. I don't do Elliott wave because because they're gonna say to you that, oh, this must be a 5 wave 3 and a 5. This must be a 5. Where do you see a 5 there? Like, you don't see a 5 there. you don't you don't see any 5s there. Okay. I don't see any 5 wave there. Okay, so this is the thing. All right. The problem with Elliott wave is it's that it's too much sterile in the sense that it's just it's just not um it wants to take away the fact that the market is chaotic. All right, it wants to take away the fact that the market is chaotic and make it simple. It says, oh yeah, 535 is a regular flat. No, it's not. Okay, and this is a regular flat in my terms is basically you have a spike, then you're like, okay, I'm gonna wait for a 3 wave. Okay, you can obviously see that this is a 3. All right, you can obviously see that this is a 1, 2, and 3 because, well, it's obviously 1, 2, 3, right? And then you have the third wave breaks the low of the first the first wave's low, and then you simply look for the buy. As soon as you break the low, it doesn't matter where it stops. Okay, I'm not talking prices. I always say, okay, it breaks this low, it's gonna go for a break of this high. Okay, and you get a spike that is supposed to break the first wave's high. Okay, so this is how you can code your AI, okay, or your machine learning stuff. All right, but we're gonna talk about this later. But this is very, very simple, and we do this all the time, okay? And this is easy to see. That's why I called oil at 7:30 a.m. All right, you can literally see oil. I called that at 7:30 in the morning, around here, around here. That's where I took my buy because this is complete. So literally, your R to R, your risk to reward is this. Okay, 4 to 1. And if you take these over and over again, when you see the pattern, all right, your account will grow over time. It's that simple. I mean, I'm not saying that it is simple, but it's not easy. All right, you hear that all the time in those life those life and wellness gurus. It's hard. I mean, it's it's easy, but I didn't say that it was hard, or something along those lines, right? But yeah, as soon as you see that, your brain should tell you, okay, this is such a buy, all right? Because you know that this is very, very likely to break this high, and you have a very, very good R2R setup. And the best traders, they take that all the time. Okay, this is what I do. This is all I do. Spike 1, 2, 3 looks corrective, I buy. BA, what a monster. I mean, this call was insane. This call was something else. All right. Yeah, let me find it out. So, BA. Uh, I think it was. I don't remember where it was, but yeah, I think I can find it. I don't know. I think I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, let me try to find it actually, because I want to show you guys what I thought. Um, yeah, so this one. Okay. All right, let's go. Okay, so yeah, you can just look at my previous webinars. All right, this was called from 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 March. If you've been following me exactly on BA, I told you we get this huge spike down, we get another spike up. I'm like, okay, wait for a three wave. You get one, two, three, and then as soon as we get this condensed downside, you know that time factor wise, this is gonna take some time. All right, so we got at least what from March to June. That's 3 months correction. 3 months correction is enough time for entropy to settle and for this to take off. All right, so literally right here, June 10th or what was that? June something. I'll have to check it on the charts. But look at this, right? We see the patterns, all right? And you might say, "Oh, Dragos, this is a five wave. Look at this." I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It looks corrective. You get one break of the low, two breaks of the low. You can see. You can check the RSI. I don't have the RSI because I see the divergence on the chart. It's obvious. All right, the market wants to go back up. For sure, BA is dropping in a slow manner, so for sure it's gonna go back up. Now that it's exploding, everybody's saying, yeah, there was RSI and all that stuff, but this is all post facto. You have to see this beforehand. We don't do post analysis. We do forecasting. This is why I did this channel because you can literally go back and see what I did on BA. I was like, buy. All right, all right. You can literally this guy told me today. He's like, yo, whatever you said on BA literally happened. I'm like, it's gonna pull back and then it's gonna take off. What did it do? Pulled back and took off. Right? So it's right. So it's the same things over and over again, guys. It doesn't change. So right now, what you have to do on BA is simply wait for it to go into that. I'm looking for that um upper that high three in the high 380s, and I'm gonna start to sell some calls, maybe 420 depending on the skew. We're gonna see the skew, but obviously you want to sell some calls to reduce your cost basis. This is a strategy that you see in books, but for sure I have some friends like Josh who can help me out on this, and with skew he can be like, okay, well the 420s are maybe the best contracts for you to short to hedge your position because we have till August on those three on those 400s, and yeah. So I'm not planning to sell. I should just leg into a call spread as soon as we hit the high 380s. The sorry, the premiums on the call sides will be pretty juicy, and we can obviously reduce our cost basis even more had than if we had taken those call spreads at the beginning, right? So here, okay. So that's all. Okay, oil, same thing, right? So this looks very corrective. Okay, so right, so Eric came onto my account and is like, "Yo, this is a pattern, bro. You have to stop making this mistake, okay?" I'm gonna correct you right here. So this is not a pattern, and why? It's because this is still part of the way of the spike, dude. So there's no point. There's no way this is. You start with your trend line in here, all right? This is just you have to delete that. Right? The only pattern you see is this. The only pattern you see is this, and this is why I just forgot about oil, even though we had massive trades from here. I remember this pattern, right? This is why I called oil right here because this thing. Look at this. It's very similar to when we bought it in January. It looks exactly the same. Come on, it looks exactly the same, right? You get a spike. What do you wait for? One, two, three. Break the low of the first wave, and then you buy. Simple and effective. And your stop is below the low, and you're targeting this high, the break of this high. Okay. Um. So that's it. And you can see one right here as well. Right here as well. Right here as well. Okay, but here you don't see any, so that's why I stopped trading it. And here, you guys already know what I'm hitting in here. it's obviously grains, right? So there's no point in me trading this because grains is what I'm in. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, UK oil I explained at the beginning. So that's basically it. Updates on um, the grains market. So basically, you have soybeans, which is taking off. So basically, I'm looking for something like this around here. Okay, so we're looking to go above here. We're gonna retest this trend line, and we're gonna start a correction in here. And then we're likely to, if we correct in here for like 1 or 2 weeks, then this is gonna be a signal for us that we're likely to break this and go higher. Okay, après, merci. So yeah, so that's the signal. But for now, I don't see anything. Okay, so you just hold the position, and yeah, and also where did we buy again? Where is the pattern? Right here. Right? It's highlighted. What do you see here? Spike. You're like, okay, I'm interested in the grains. Okay, wait for a spike. 1, 2, 3. Break the low of the first wave. Again, is it is it a 3-5-3 or a 5-3-3 or some shit like that? No. Do you see a? I'm so done with this, dude. Like it doesn't make any sense. How do you see like three? Okay, I maybe see a three, 1, 2, 3. I maybe see a three here. Oh, this is for sure. Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. It just has to look. It, you know, it's it is messy. Okay, every complex system is messy. It's chaotic. Don't try to say, oh, should be a 5-3-5 and it's called a regular flat. No, a regular flat is this. You get a 1, 2, and a 3. You break the low of the first wave and then you look for a buy. That's all there is to a regular flat. Nothing else. Okay? It's a more simplified version, but you know, you see the picture. Okay, you see the picture. You see the pattern is obvious, right? This wasn't that obvious, but it's fine. It's fine because why? It's because in those times you look for other stuff that is clear, right? And what is this called? If you've been following me, you should know. This is called a running flat, all right? And this was forecasted. I took so much time to explain to you guys this pattern in detail on the wheat market last week, and I was like, this is complete. This should take off, okay? And we saw this from here. And I gave you guys the example on BYND. I gave you guys the example on CAT. All right, this is one pattern on the bigger time frame. You see, you get a leg down, you get a leg up, you get a correction in the middle, you get another leg up, right? Break the high, you get the next leg down, and then you can take off. All right, that's how it is. Okay, that's how the pattern works, basically. So yeah, so that's it. So that was my forecast. And again, this is just a spike, and we're looking for much more upside on the wheat market. Again, I don't think this is over. You just have to wait for like 3 days correction, maybe something like that. Again, we always well not we, but I always forecast regular flats. Always, always, always. I see some guys saying, "Oh, this is gonna be a triangle." It's almost never. It's almost never, 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 ever a triangle. Trust me, it's almost never a triangle. You don't see a triangle. It's almost never a triangle based on my back test. So we always forecast this pattern, which is the one that reoccurs the most. Okay, and with experience you can forecast other ones. But again, as soon as we're spiking, what do? You pull your trend line. The trend line acts act, acts as a way for you to time the the next spike from the correction. So literally, you have a bull flag. You're like, okay, let me wait for this to come next to the trend line, and I'm gonna look for my next buy. Do you buy here? No, you wait for a pullback next to the trend line, and then you buy. These are all risk management techniques. that you can use just from charting. Okay, just from charting, because you recognize that this has much more potential on the weekly. And you might ask, well, why Dragos? Okay, again, I explained weight in detail last week, but if you really want to know, it's because you have a pattern on the higher time frame. Okay, so this is completed. This is a nice yearly correction. We're looking for a takeoff, right? And you might even say, well, what about the monthly? The monthly is even better, and you can see that this is curving. Okay, so very very high takeoff potential. Okay, and you can definitely see what happened in 2006. I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but if it does, we're we're in the right products for sure. So yeah, so for sure a break. Well, not for sure, but very likely a break of 600 basis points. Okay, so that's it for wheat. Just wait for the pullback to the trend line and buy. Okay, don't chase. And again, I covered this in previous webinars, but the pullback to the trend line strategy is how you kill FOMO. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Natural gas, nothing interesting there. Um, okay, yeah. So gold and silver also just a slight update. Um, so basically, we're looking at this pattern. Obviously, here you get a rejection. So this is obviously a pattern for downside. Okay. So you're supposed to short here, and if it comes back up, get out for break even, and it just means that this is not the pattern we should be looking for. All right, so this was the initial pattern we were looking for, but now it might change. Maybe something in the higher time frame is not what we're looking at, and the more that this gets bought, the more that this is is not right. Okay, but you're not wrong shorting it here. Okay. Um, so yeah, this just means that we're wrong and we should switch forecast. Okay, so now this is getting bought. Maybe it's gonna break the high, come lower, and then we can look for a buy. All right, so we're running flat. Okay. Um, yeah. So gold as well. So gold is mainly ready to go for that 1400 handle that we talked about. Again, um, it's gonna break the high. We might get a bigger pullback here, but I'm not really sure. I think at this point, it's not gonna happen. I think this was the completed pattern, and yeah, we're looking for upside. So it's gonna break the high here, and then it's gonna come all the way back down. Okay, and then it's gonna take off. And this is just based on the dollar. It's because the dollar is not ready to go to go higher. This is still gonna have to come down a lot. Okay, and then take off, and this is going to cause gold to come down. Okay, so this is just a correction for upside. This is a very very long drawn out correction. It's gonna tank, and then it's gonna go back up. Okay. Where I don't know. And yeah, these long drawn out corrections, you never know when they're gonna happen. And this is why I'm not trading any forex right now, because I tried, it didn't really succeed. I had a very good buy, a very good sell on the dollar here, but obviously here I saw a bullish pattern, so I took off my positions. But for like it went so up, and yeah, this is just very confusing right now, so I'm not I'm not trading it. Um, so yeah, that's it for commodities. Because a lot of people were asking me about commodities. Forex. For forex, um, there's nothing really to say. Obviously, just Aussie New Zealand is always good. It breaks the slow, you buy. Okay, so that's the only thing in forex that I see. Apart from that, it's such a boring market right now that I'm not really interested in taking anything. Um, Shout outs to Anil for calling out pound CAD short though. He was saying, okay, even though it keeps on going up, you should short. Well, he was right. Look at it here. So amazing call by him. A lot of respect for him, obviously, because he's the dude. But yeah. Apart from that, I don't see anything good. Um, Yeah, I don't see anything interesting. So okay, let's do the market. So S&P 500. We're still looking for this to go sideways. So here I was looking for more sideways. It popped on some news. So now we have to wait and see. Can it keep on going up? Can it keep on going up? Yes, I would love though. I would very much love for it to go back down. At least one more spike down before going up. Okay, this would make patterns very smooth. And this is what I'm saying because the market sometimes is just not gonna give you anything, not gonna give you any clear pattern. Like this is just a straight line. It's just a straight line. Like the market just put in 200 points in a straight line. You know what I mean? There wasn't like any clear correction like you see in oil or you know in something else, right? So at least I would like for it to come all the way back down here on FOMC maybe, or maybe the next day on FOMC, because as you know, or maybe you don't know, but all the previous FOMCs have basically been non-events. Okay, so we haven't moved that much during the FOMC news, and then the next day we tanked. Okay, so if we again, if we don't get any like any big price movement, then for sure the next day, well not for sure, but I mean it's very likely the next day we go down, and this is what I'm gonna be looking to 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 put. So again, and look at this, the market shot straight up. What should be on your mind? Obviously, which companies to buy, but also which companies are not spiking, even though the market is up a lot. And what you can see is that Shopify gapped up, came back down. Okay, so this should be a very good, this is one way. I don't have RSI or whatever, like ADX, uh, MACD. I don't have these things, okay? Because it's clear to see that if the index is up and this is going down, it's clear to see that there's some sort of divergence, right? PayPal, PayPal as well, okay? And the other one is Roku. So Roku it might start the downside. Um, what I'm gonna be looking at is maybe I maybe I should start a position in some puts, and if it goes down, I just take the 50 to 60% loss. Because yeah, um, but this is starting to look down. But what I'm thinking right now out loud in my head is that maybe I should wait for this for sure. For those who like to wait for confirmation, wait for the break of 100. Okay, wait for the break of 100, and chase the Momo. All right. Otherwise, for those who want to get in right now, what I'm thinking is maybe get some puts and then leg into a diagonal. But cause maybe I don't know, dude. Maybe I should take straight out diagonals here on Roku, put diagonals, but um, we'll see, and just close them if it goes and make new ATH. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, so as soon as my boy comes up with some good ideas, I think we should take them because this is gonna generate a lot of very good negative delta, and with positive delta in the Dow components, we can create some alpha. Okay, so alpha is basically uh, you know some some returns, right? Alpha is literally profit because we're thinking that the Dow components are going to go faster than these hyper growth companies. But obviously hedging everything is very tough. It's just again it's just finding stuff that can correlate. Are we going to hedge ourselves perfectly to create the perfect ratio, gamma ratio, delta ratio? Obviously not. But we're going to have something in case we go down that should go down faster than the other thing, and in case we go up, the other thing is going to go faster than the ones that we have to the downside. All right. Okay. So yeah, so Netflix, again, this was perfect. We call that, okay, it's acting. Oh yeah, let me just go back to the S&P real quick, because I still want to reiterate the things I said last webinar. Come on, man. Okay, so I said that again, we're looking at this pattern right here. It's just flipped. So if even if we come up here, we're still going to come down all the way, and then we can make new ATH, and then we're going to come down, right, for the bigger wave. So this is what we're looking at. And it hasn't changed from the last webinar. Now, did we know that it would go up in a straight line? Obviously not. Okay, and this is something we can't forecast. But this is why, even though I had longs and even though it did come down, I didn't take them off because I knew that at least a pullback to the 2830 would be likely. Now, did I get a nice pattern in here for me to buy? No. And this is sometimes the thing in the market. You don't have your pattern, you can't do anything. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at on the higher time frame. This is basically what we call a running flat. And again, I don't forecast running flats like I told you guys, but with more experience, you can start forecasting them. Okay, but this is when you got more experience. Because, and I'm gonna explain what I mean right now. It's because you have to also look at other components that make the S&P. So what is Netflix telling us? It's telling us the same thing, right? Sideways in here, we're eventually going to break, and then we're going to come for the third wave here. Same thing as the S&P. Okay, same thing. Spike 1, 2, 3, and then spike. All right, same thing. And yeah, if you took the buy that I gave at 337, you're doing fine. Obviously, our contracts, well, the diagonal is not moving that much, but as soon as it gets to 380, man, those things are gonna start working. Okay, we gotta, as soon as it gets to 380, those things are gonna be really working. And the downside on that diagonal was so limited that it's a great trade. I'm really happy we got into that one. But if you got straight calls when I said to buy around here, yeah, you're doing fantastic. Okay. Apple, obviously we were looking for a bigger pullback here. It doesn't want to give it to us. It wants to go in a straight line. If you look at my other webinar, that's what I said. I said look for a buy here. Do I know it's going to go up in a straight line? Obviously not. I'm still waiting for a pattern to buy, but it's never going to give it to me. And yeah, so but in the bigger picture, we're getting what I'm looking for. 1, 2, 3, upside. Okay. Whoa. So 1, 2, 3. You can, if you've seen my previous webinar, you know what I'm talking about. You get 1, 2, 3, and then you come all the way back down. Okay. To complete this pattern on the bigger time frame. All right. So that's it. Okay. Doesn't show. Okay, nice. So yeah, so we're looking for this. And this is looking exactly the same as Netflix, as S&P, and it's what I've said in the previous webinars. Amazon, again, same thing as the S&P, Netflix, and Apple, 1, 2, 3, upside, and then downside. I already drew it. So yeah, there's nothing else to add here. We're still gonna have to come back down. Did I know that this would take off in a one big spike? No. We had some good buys around the Powell speech. We made some good money here, but you know it's very tough to trade after that. You have to get into a strategy because it's yeah, you can't like obviously you can't really like time it with dailies here. Like, come on, you can't time it with weeklies here. It's very tough. After it has gone up so much, you know, you have to wait for something like that, right? And if you don't get it, you don't have a trade. It's that simple. That's why I'm not in Amazon right now, because I don't have a trade. I don't. If it had come all the way back down here, I would have taken the long for sure, but no. It doesn't want to give it to me, I'm not in. That's it. As soon as it comes down back to that 1960 though, watch out because I'm going to be short. Google as well. So Google is grinding up, still going to have to come down to retest the low. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Facebook, same thing as Amazon, Netflix, Apple, and Amazon. Very just same patterns as the S&P. Gonna go up here, gonna come all the way back down, gonna go up, break all-time highs, and then it's gonna crash back down. Okay, so that's what we're looking at in the on the bigger picture. The only thing that changes though is MSFT, and I've explained this again. It doesn't have to do anything with the business. It's just the way that the pattern is set up. Okay, so this was completed. Come on, man, this is so slow. Okay, so this was a very a smaller pattern completed, and oh man, this is come on. Okay, so yeah, this was a smaller pattern completed, and it took off, while the other tech companies in the Nasdaq were still consolidating. And you can see, come on, guys, you can definitely see the three wave. 1, 2, 3, break this low, buy. 1, 2, 3, break this low, buy. Is it difficult? No. Okay, it's very simple. Adobe, so it had ER, it's up. Um, if it does come back down though, after the ER, for sure I'm taking the buy. If I do get this spike down, I'm gonna be looking for the long. Okay, so tomorrow, if it gives me a spike, now it's probably up after hours. If we get a spike down out of open next week, for sure I'm getting longs on Adobe. Nvidia. So if you've watched my previous webinars, again, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll see from there. But heavy, 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 heavy sideways on Nvidia. Okay, and why do I think this? It's because you have to go back through time. Look at what happened in 2008. Okay, huge spike, came very heavily back down, and then what happened to Nvidia? It just went into massive, massive sideways. Okay, for a long time. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. Massive sideways. All right. Uh, yeah. So in here, we're just gonna go in the sideways for a long, long time. Very long time, probably like a year or two. Um, yeah, AMD playing very nicely. So it broke the high. Literally, Justin, he's like, he's like, okay, as soon as it breaks this high, it's gonna go down. Well, not always, but in this case, it was a very, it was it was because he's basically saying you have to short every time it breaks a high. Well, you can take that too far, but in here, if he's short on the higher time frame after we spiked from 17 to 34, for sure he's not wrong. Okay, it's a very very good good well, it's just a very good guideline. Okay, so in here we broke this high, and we're looking for a short. What else do we get? We get a doji on the daily. Okay, we get a doji. It went up, it came down. So we get a doji on the daily that from a high place that usually indicates reversal. If you want to wait for the Momo, wait for the momentum. Came all the way back here, gave us a very nice bear flag, and then we took the short. Okay, so you know, if you made money, good job. Now you have to wait for some sideways. Um, it's going to come to that 26 level. It's going to give us a bigger correction in here, and then we're going to be taking some more shorts for us to retest that at least 22. Okay, that 22 level. I don't think AMD is going to totally take off. I think it's going to go for a deeper pullback, something like that. Something like a curvy pullback to the 22, and then it can go for the next wave. So that's what we're looking at on AMD. I'm gonna skip a few here. AMAT not interesting. Twitter as well, boring. Oracle as well. Yeah, these are all boring charts. INTC still good. Okay, so this is a very massive pattern. If you're in leaps, good for you. I like that trade. Nvidia we covered. Let me just put it up there. So yeah, BABA, same thing as the S&P and the other tech charts. Nothing to add here. 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna go back to test ATH. It's gonna come back down. So we're just in a very huge sideways. Okay. Baidu, is a massive uptrade. If honestly, if you get some 200 leaps, that's such a very that's I think that's a very nice trade. Very very nice trade. Billy. Okay, I'm gonna skip some of these. If you took the buy on Bizun that I gave 2 weeks ago, you're doing fantastic. This is taking off. Very very nice trade. Again, this is a pattern completion. You get a spike down. What do you wait for? You get a spike. You get a spike down. What do you wait for? Up, down. Okay, and then you can buy. So that's a running flat again. And yeah, you can buy as soon as you see some Momo here. Buy because this is gonna take off. Very likely it breaks here. I got in around 38, and we're looking for the break of 50. Okay. IQ, very big wedge. It's gonna break at some point, but wait, be careful because you can obviously see what IQ did here. It can just keep on grinding down. So be careful on these huge wedges. They can just keep on going down. So be careful on those. JD, starting to get some momentum to the upside, but not anything of my interest right here. I'm more interested in Bizun. Huya, very nice. So I explained Huya last week. It's still a buy, even though it, again, you might say, oh, Dragos, it broke the low here. We should buy. Oh, but why did it break again the low? It doesn't matter. This is just to say you're not supposed to buy Huya here. Okay, you're not supposed. This is just a way for you to create a good R2R situation. Can I tell you, oh, this is the low? No, I can't. I'm just saying, instead of buying here, you should wait for it to come break the low because it's very likely it comes at some point and breaks the low, and then you can look for the buy. Would you rather be in the buy from here or from here? Obviously from here, from 20 to 23. Does it matter that it broke the low? No, you're still looking for this spike. And you're getting it right now. Alright? So I hope that helps. I don't know what I did right there, but I'll figure it out later. PDD again, long. Very nice. Looking for the next spike. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'll have to fix it. Neo, nothing interesting there. CMG, nice 3-wave buy. Looking for the buys. Okay, I'll have to figure this out right now because this is okay, no background. Yeah, so I see some people shorting this. I think this is actually a long again. Yeah. So, we tried shorting it here. If it comes all the way back up, we have to admit we were wrong, which we did. We took the loss, and um, it's still a long. There's nothing else to say. You take your loss and you switch to forecast because it's not showing any weakness, and all the weakness is always getting bought. So this is just a sideways on the 1 hour, and this is looking like a buy. Okay, you literally got a 3-wave right here. So this is interesting, very interesting play. Comcast, not interesting. Caterpillar, again, I explained Caterpillar in detail, and right now we come to the logo, which is DE, right? So John Deere, amazing play. I told you guys. After this ER, it doesn't matter how shit John Deere's ER was, all right, or whatever their guidance was. I read their report and it was total crap. But look at where John Deere is right now. Is it in the 140s? No, it's in the 160s. It's because grains are going to be strong. It's because this is a completed pattern and we're looking for a takeoff. I've explained this in detail in all my previous webinars. This is my favorite company, and and all the time I was like, guys, right here, wait for this pullback, and as soon as we get this is gonna take off. What is it doing? It's taking off. Okay, so there's no, like, if you're not in DE, I don't know what you're doing because this is just so easy, so easy. And again, the comparison with the Nike thing. Okay, this pattern is literally a copy paste of what's happening on DE. What happened to Nike? It took off. Okay, right? So this pattern is copy paste the same thing. I'm gonna do it again for you guys because I love you, but I've done that like 2 times now. All right, so copy. Uh, oops. Okay, so put it in here. It's literally the same thing. Okay, so you can play around with this, but you definitely see that you can definitely see the waves right here. Like you get it down, you get an up, you get it down, you get an up, you get it down, you go up, you make a three wave, 1 2 3 right here. Okay, 1 2 3, and then you take off, right? So you get the 1 2 3. And what did Nike do? It took off. You can definitely see same thing in here. So right, so it's just the same patterns happening over and over again. It like you know eh, this is what I do. This is all there is to it. And if you want the proof, I have the proof. Just will look at my previous webinars. All right. So that's it. BA we covered. GE I said it was a nice pattern. If you took it, good job. It's looking nice. Han, very nice bull flag breakout. If you're in from the previous webinar, good job. LMT, like I said, forget these. Buy BA. IBM, looking for the 3 wave. Looking for more correction actually. I'm gonna skip some of these. Triple M, very nice. Again, buy BA instead of knock. WBA, forget it, it's boring. Pins, forget it, we made our money. T again. I'm gonna rail on you guys. One day they might get a contract and this thing explodes. This is such a big correction. At some point it's gonna take off. When, I don't know, but you definitely want to take leaps, like even 50s for like 2020. All right, 50 Cs for 2020. If they're cheaper than 50 cents, for sure get them. Okay. But please read my disclaimer because I'm not telling you guys what you should do with your money. But this is a very good play. I'm not a CFA, and like I said, if you haven't watched the disclaimer at the start of this video, please do. XRT still along. It's just a matter of time. It's gonna take off. It's ready. Yeah, nothing interested in here. Oh, CPRI. So Capri had a nice pattern right there, but I didn't take the long. You can definitely see a 3 wave right here. 1 2 3 spike. 1 2 3 break the low. Buy. Same thing that happened on PVH. Okay, so PVH, same thing. A nice pattern here. It didn't break the low here. It didn't break the low. So was I waiting for it to break the low? Obviously. So obviously this was not a setup like CPRI was, but still a nice buy. So yeah, so these other charts are not looking interesting. Obviously, guess still a buy in my books. I don't think it's going to go to zero. I think apparel is gonna go up at some point. Um, so yeah, these charts are not really interesting. I'm gonna skip through them. Banks are looking good. So BAC, if you took this bull flag breakout, you're doing pretty well. I like this. GS as well. GS is very nice. This is looking kind of completed, and we're looking for more upside. We're in WFC, so if you're in WFC, this is very nice play. Very low risk, kind of good reward. Instead of Comcast, I told you guys LBTYA, right? So this is a huge three wave on the daily. 1, 2, 3, break the low, look for buys. Spikes, creates a nice bull flag, and then it takes off. So we're looking for this to go back into the 50s, maybe. All right, maybe. We'll see. But what I'm saying is, if there's a time to buy, it's right now for sure. Okay. The next play I'm definitely looking at right now is BKNG. I explained that last week. It's clear. This correction is over. We made a lot of money shorting BKNG, and now with Neil has been so much on point on these BKNG shorts, and yeah. Now we're just looking for spike 1, 2, 3. Spike. We're looking for something in here, and then next week we're taking 2,000 Cs for maybe August. We'll see. But definitely we're taking BKNG calls because this upside is going to be massive. Lyft, good call by Neil again. It's been going up ever since he bought around 52, I think. Yeah. Uber, not really interested. I would wait for Uber to again to come back here for one more down, break the low, and then I buy. Okay. So again, the same patterns, guys. The same patterns. I'm always waiting for 1, 2, 3 and a buy. Sometimes I'm forecasting a running flat, but it's because I've had experience on the charts before, so I know when I should be forecast. But if you're starting out, um, then you have to always forecast the basic three wave or the regular flat where you break the low on the third wave and then you look for a buy. Alright, so let's go through these charts. SGBI had a nice pop, but it got faded. Yeah. Wow, interesting chart. Nah, but anyway, so yeah, and if you wanna look for the BKNG long, you obviously have to look at its competitors like Trip. So Trip is also looking interesting, and if Trip is looking good, then the whole sector is looking to boost, right? So if the whole sector is looking to boost, then this gives you more incentives to buy BKNG. All right. Fox is something I'm keeping my eye on. Might be same type of play as T and well, not QCOM and Disney. If they get some contracts, they can definitely pop. Tesla. So Tesla retested it to the trend, almost at the trend line, and it got a nice doji on the daily. So we're reloading on the 100 piece for August. This is a strategy that Richard is told me about. So when you take those super far OTM Tesla contracts, they actually move a lot when there's news, and just generally Tesla, builds a lot of IV, and these really OTM contracts, they gain surprisingly well in value. It has to do with the skew and all that stuff, but it's a very nice play. 100 piece for August. Okay. Yeti. We'll keep an eye on this because this is starting to gain momentum. So we have to go with the momentum, and we have to take longs. So we'll keep an eye on Yeti for more upside. Snapchat, very interesting. So again, a nice three wave here, called out. And I was looking for this move last week, but it didn't give it to us. But still, you know, we got this spike and I took my profit. But yeah, Snapchat still going up. Around here, I would start being careful because I think they might reject it around 14, 15. But a very nice play nonetheless. And as soon as it rejects, we need to take puts or some put diagonals. But I mean, honestly, it might not really be worth it because it's a $14 stock, so we'll see. XLV, very nice. So that was the three wave I gave out, and it popped again. It has to break the high of the first wave, and that's what it did, right? So your R2R is literally this. Okay, it's literally this. So if you took that, good job. Merck, PFE, they're just going up. There's nothing really to add here. J&J is one that I have my eye on. I know Neil is also looking at that. But yeah, like I said, this is a completed pattern on the weekly, and we get a very slow start or a spike. We get 1, 2, 3, and then we can take off. Okay, so definitely we're really close to. We're looking for the break of 150 on J&J. I just need another pullback to that 132 that we might get with the next S&P wave. And then as soon as we get the next S&P wave, S&P we're forecasting that it's going to break ATH to complete the last wave up, and this would spur J&J to go higher. Okay, so very simple stuff. Everything goes according to itself. I haven't done crypto. I'm gonna do crypto soon. Same thing for UNH, BYND. So this is looking to go lower. Such a scam. Whoa, I didn't say that. Sorry, I didn't say it was a scam. I love fake meat. we're looking for we're looking for the retest of 140, and then maybe some more upside. Okay, KO, very interesting. I said we're looking for the pullback um, to the trend line, and we're gonna look to reload on the long. Maybe MCD has something. No, it doesn't. Okay, whatever. So yeah, let me do crypto right now, and we'll call it a day. If you have questions, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, let me know in the Discord group. Uh, you know, thanks for your support so far. And yeah, so again, BTC, we were looking for a pattern along those lines. I was looking for a deeper move to that 6.8, but I didn't get it. And in retrospect, I'm not even sure why I was looking at that 6.8, because these patterns usually complete like that. This is a I should have forecasted a running flat. I don't know why I saw 6.8. I was fixated to that 6.8, but it was dumb because the thing about running flats is that as soon as the thing about regular flats is that you get the spike, you get the 1, 2, you don't break this high, and then you come back down and you break this low. Okay, and this is your three wave, and you can go for the next spike. Okay, all right. So the second leg doesn't break the high of the first leg, but for a running flat, what you get is the hint about the running flat is that the second wave breaks the high of the first wave, but you still know that you're in a correction, so it doesn't have to break the low of the first leg. Okay, and then it can take off. So I'm not really sure why I thought it would go to 6.8, and I got fixated on that value. So it was very bad by me. I should have said, okay, as soon as we get some Momo here, we switch to longs. And this is what I drew before, so I'm not really sure. Maybe I just got confused. But yeah, gotta admit when you're wrong. A lot of people don't have humility, but yeah, I was wrong. I said 6.8. We didn't get it. Um, and yeah, the pattern is, you know, the way I drew the pattern was right, but it's just that the targets were wrong. Okay, so again, I'm sorry. Um, and yeah, So we got the spike, and we're still looking for more upside. This is not looking to back down. This is a nice pattern again for upside. So look for upside on the crypto very soon. Okay, so you get a 1, 2, 3, and you're looking for buys. Um, so yeah, and obviously, there's nothing for me to tell you that it's gonna go down, and as you just have to make sure that you put your alerts. Um, be very careful. Put your alerts at like 9K, 8.8, because if it breaks down, you wanna just you wanna get out because it's so high. It's so high. I mean, I was comfortable buying in the 3Ks, but right now I'm not comfortable at all, dude. I'm not comfortable at all. Okay. So yeah, same thing for Ethereum. So Ethereum, we got a nice sideways, and as you can see, nice sideways. It broke the low, you buy, and this is a nice pattern for upside. So you can definitely see the patterns here. 1, 2, 3, look for takeoff. So if Ethereum is ready and we think that BTC is ready, just the whole crypto is ready. All right, to go higher. Okay. LTC, nothing interesting there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Also XRP. Wow. XRP. Oh yeah. This. If there's any crypto that is ready to take off, it's probably XRP. And regardless of the crypto world that I have zero knowledge in, this pattern eventually is gonna take off. No questions asked. It's gonna retest those 60s, 70s. All right, so this is looking very, very nice. As soon as Ripple comes back in the 35, 40 cents range, you have to buy. It's gonna go back up. All right, so that's basically it. I explained, my well, not my well, my failure, but like my mistake on BTC. It was because I got crampinated. I got really hooked on that 6.8 level. Um, you know, but again, and even I make that mistake. It's not about the levels, it's about the pattern. Okay, you break the high of the first leg, you have to come down. You don't have to break the low of the first leg. So why was I looking at 6.8? I don't know. But at some point it just became that 6.8, and I was like, oh damn, BTC might be good for that 6.8 break. But obviously no. I have to, this is where one case where you should, the pattern. You always have to listen to the pattern, not the levels. It's not about one resistance or support or whatever. It's about the general pattern. And I hope that throughout all my webinars, I can just instill that in you. It's never about the resistance or the support. It's all about patterns. All right. Okay, guys. So I hope you learned a lot. I hope you made a lot of money on oil, BA, CAT DE, BTC last week. Uh, what was it? I think it was the Lulu short. So many things. I hope you made a lot of money on that. And yeah, wheat, soybeans, so many things to say, man. But yeah, I wish you all good luck for the next upcoming weeks, and I'll keep updated on the trades that we take, and yeah, if there's any questions, just let me know. I'll make sure to answer, and keep giving good calls, so we make money together. All right, thank you guys, and take care. Bye.